Jump Force is the worst game I have ever played in my entire life, which is saying a lot because I have not played Jump Force. Now, right off the bat, you're going to notice the music in this review isn't from Jump Force, or as I like to call it, So-So's Bizarre Adventure. But that's because the soundtrack of this game is dog shit, so I guess you could say Bandai Namco really covered their bases here. If you're not enjoying this game's gameplay, then don't worry, because your ears aren't getting any enjoyment either. It's a little something I like to call maltreatment equality. So, dear viewer, let's have a conversation, you and me. Talk to me through your fucking computer monitor, alright? What's the most important aspect of any fighting game whatsoever? Is it the roster? Is it the game mechanics? No, libtard, it's the goddamn title screen. Let's take, for example, the perfect fighting game, Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. This game does it all, alright? You got a massive list of items to not use, a roster of 3 different playable characters, and a fan base that smells very, very good. But then, above all else, you got that title screen where the announcer's all like, Super Smash Brothers! This is necessary as it hypes you up every time you start up the game. This is of course why Brawl flopped. Not the random tripping, not the horribly unbalanced roster, nah. It's because when you're at that title screen, you're met with dead silence, very much reflecting the state of your soul inside of you that plunged into that state because you're playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now let's take a look at Jump Force. What the fuck is this monstrosity? Man, this is an anime fighting game. Where are all the anime titties in the background? We all know anime titties are the most important defining aspect of anime, and you failed to deliver on even that front. Congratulations, Bandai Namco. Now all my friends are gonna think I'm gay for playing this game. In Jump Force, you have a pathetic roster of 7 different anime characters to pick from. You got Naruto, Blue Naruto, Pink Gold Naruto, the dad from Kiss X Sis, whose name is literally Father, Jerry Seinfeld, a DVD copy of Evangelion, and Dark Naruto. Now, to be fair, that right there makes up most of the important anime characters that revolutionized the medium, and they were of course very fair with it. They definitely didn't show obvious favoritism to One Piece and Dragon Ball and gave us 6 characters each from both of those series while giving us 0 from Gintama and Death Note, because that would have been the stupid thing to do, obviously. But Bandai Namco forgot to include a monumental character that revolutionized Jump Magazine as we know it, and that is of course Umaru. What the fuck? No, it's not just Umaru. This roster is mostly hunky dudes. Where are all my bitches? Where's that female representation I was promised? Bandai Namco, are you sexist or something? Oh, right, this is the gay game, never mind. Jump Force has this story mode where you have to stop a villain named Thanos, I mean Kane, from using the Infinity Stone, I mean the Onyx Book, to remake the world in his own image. I mean remake the world in his own image. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jump Force has an entire expanded universe of characters and endless villains to pick from, and a lot of them are undoubtedly some of the most recognizable villains in anime history. So then why did they go with some generic DeviantArt OC as the villain? And the answer I have to that is... So Jump Force's story mode also has these cutscenes and various other opportunities where the beloved characters interact with each other, and if anything, I'd consider it one of the few good things about this game, because the animation in these cutscenes are so horrendously bad and robotic and void of emotion that Mass Effect Andromeda is starting to look not that bad. And I think an accomplishment like that is beyond God, so bravo, I'm impressed. These little interactions between members of the roster are interesting too because it reveals some really mind-blowing things about your favorite anime characters. Like, for example, I'm sure you've heard about this, what with everyone talking about it, but when Deku meets Piccolo, he calls him a villain despite having absolutely nothing to go off of aside from his appearance, and in particular his different skin color. So I just wanted to go ahead and confirm that Deku hates black people, which means he's getting along just fine with me and the rest of the anime community. If I were a YouTuber that actually mattered, then Vice would be having a field day with that joke. Jump Force is developed by Spike Chunsoft, a connoisseur in anime fighting games with various masterpieces under their belt, such as One Piece Burning Blood and J-Star's Victory Versus. and Bubsy 3D, which are all games that the fighting game community loves. They're all very fair. And if there's anything that the fighting game community loves, it's motion blur, because high-level fighting games depend on your reaction down to the millisecond, so pointlessly obscuring the clarity of the screen like that really adds to the challenge. And the developers definitely realize that because they don't give you the option to turn off their excessive shitty motion blur, not even in the PC version. Thank you, Spike Chunsoft, very cool. It can't be a flaw if it's already a feature, and hey, you could probably say that for all the other numerous bugs in this game too. And yeah, now that I think about it, there's a lot of other design choices they've made too that really pander to those hardcore fighting game fans. Like, for example, when you're selecting your character, they made it so that player 2 deliberately and unavoidably picks a character after player 1 has already made their choice, which makes it ridiculously easy for player 2 to counterpick. But you see, the real fight in Jump Force isn't the fight in the game, it's the fight to be player 2. Everyone wants to be player number 2, because if you're number 2, then you're the shit. Oh, and don't get me started on how much the fighting game community is gonna love the frame lag and frame drops here. So you can fight with multiple characters, and they all share the same health bar, because after Naruto came out as a communist last year and caused a lot of controversy, the developers decided to pander to his bravery and make all the characters share shit. And therefore, we have a shared health bar. Please appreciate that joke, because I had to Google Naruto political views just to double check it. Pretty sure there was also news buried somewhere in there about how Deku won't be directing the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. See, I stole that joke off of Reddit, but I'm allowed to do that because nobody likes Reddit. So yeah, a shared health bar makes your health deplete fast and matches end quick, but don't worry because they made up for this by making your ultimate move take away more than half of the opponent's health. And you know, I think there being no rematch option also pairs wonderfully with the short matches too. There's a lot of well-utilized time in this game, especially with the excessive unskippable cutscenes. Those are great. Yeah, you're gonna be looking at these character models a lot, but don't worry, they are really easy on the eyes. They kinda remind me of GTA 5 mods, and you know what, it's probably only a matter of time before someone uses these models to make a GTA 5 mod. And that mod will probably be better than this game. In terms of game mechanics, Jump Force has these weird blocking mechanics that try to pander towards beginners, I guess, but none of that matters since this game doesn't have wave dashing or L canceling or multi-shining. Basically it's not Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube, so it's shit. It's basically a party game. I wanted to warn you guys it was going to be shit too. I totally called this, but I kept myself from going off the deep end in my Umaru video because I assumed nobody would want to listen to the guy begging to put Umaru in Jump Force. Listen, only I know what's best for this game, alright? You can trust me, I am the anime master. I have 37 days logged on my Mal profile, which of course makes me the world record holder for most anime watched ever. Pretty impressive, don't you think, Veronica? Will something like that get you to respond to my text, Veronica? Please, okay, I've stopped talking to the custody lawyer. I just want you to drop the charges so I can see my kids again. So in conclusion, Goku is coming to Super Smash Bros. Anyways, thus making this game useless, and therefore I must give it a negative 43 billion out of 10, which makes it almost as bad as Shinsekai Yori.